I have one question and one question only about the weekend's Week 15 action in the NFL. What the hell was that? Let's roll.
On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone. Caught it! Right.
Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
And that'll do it. It's over. The Golden State Warriors return to a familiar place. They're on top of the NBA world.
We're down to 2, now to 1. Here's Jordan. Yes! It's all over. The Chicago Bulls.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah!
I cannot explain what in the blue hell happened this past weekend. And for some crazy reason, we're going to get into all of it. Good morning. Welcome to what is truly going to be a manic Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning. I'm joined by my partner, Cole Johnson. What the hell happened? What the hell was that? This is one I am truly speechless. I am absolutely speechless about what the hell going on.
This is when football gets really interesting, and it is definitely predicated on. Well, let me touch on Six comment real fast, where he says, "I was too caught up with the FIFA World Cup final and third place matches this weekend. My bad. Look, I understand." The Argentina-France final, they say it was one of the most classic finals in World Cup history. So I totally understand that. And good afternoon.
Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, over on the state side, all you need to know is you can read these comments from Dietz, the Weekend of Stupidity, and Victor Locke, or VLock83, where he says the most disturbing weekend of football, and know that both of them are Cowboys fans. And they are right in saying that because they witnessed their team do some stupid stuff on the field and on the sideline. We saw a lot of that in other games. The Patriots Raiders game, the way it ended. The fact that the Texans pushed the Chiefs to overtime. Let me see the fact that we'll touch on the Colts having a 33-point lead and then knowing what happened. That will be the next segment. The Ravens, even without Lamar Jackson, looking like an absolute dud in Elfsville. I mean, you can point to so many. Oh, and then last night's game, an illegal formation penalty off of a touchdown run that would have possibly tied the game and would have sent it into overtime, and it precluded the Commanders from winning, or at least from tying the game against the Giants. I mean, and you can point in many directions how stupid this weekend was in football, but it was exciting at the same time.
You know, my wife looked at some of the results, and she looked at the Raiders game. She looked at the end of the Raiders game with me,
and the Patriots had no business losing that game.
None
whatsoever.
They had no business after coming back from 17-3 down. We'll start in Vegas. After coming back from 17-3 down to grab the lead. And they
to grab the lead, basically hold the Raiders off from answering. They tied it, and they had the ball driving to get the game-winning field goal.
You know something? I'm glad I saved this. We're going to go back to Las Vegas if I can find what I'm looking for, and I'm looking for it now. Because I'll let Bob Sochi of the Patriots Radio Network and his partner describe the action.
When the Finns ran the hook and lateral to beat the Patriots several years ago. Now on the 3rd and 10, 3 seconds left. Jones will give it to Stevenson. He started right. He runs it up the middle, hit by Chandler. Jones slips and hit across the 45 with a stiff arm. Off a tackle at the 40. He lost the football. And Jacoby Myers picks it up. He circles back and he throws it across the field toward Mac Jones. It's picked up by Chandler Jones. He breaks away to the 30. He runs to the 20. He runs to the 10. He runs to the end zone. Unreal. Touchdown. Raiders.
Good night. This might be one of the dumbest teams I've ever seen.
And a victory for Las Vegas.
I don't know what to say. You think Miami was bad? We're down here, the Miracle of Miami. This is a heads roll type freaking play right here. Oh my God.
Chandler Jones, originally a Patriot. Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers.
He might not have a job with the Patriots for long.
Jacoby freaking Myers. At that point,
he threw a wonderful pass to Chandler Jones.
Let's welcome in the playmaker, Darnell Sollins, the hardest working content creator in sports.
And yes, we'll get to your Jaguars. We'll get the Jaguars Cowboys in a minute.
Okay.
But yeah,
what a weekend for me.
Yeah, we're right now talking about the Patriots Raiders.
Oh, I watched.
I know you watched.
The student beats the teacher
again.
And my only question, and I've asked this all morning, and I watched it. I watched it live. Okay? I watched it live. Kenny Albert was on the call for Fox. And to this moment, I'm still wondering.
Great call for him too. Yeah, I heard that.
How? I'm still wondering to this moment, how? How the hell did that happen?
That was a wonderful throw by Jacoby Myers. I mean, the form when he launched that pass, it was beautiful. It was as if he was targeting Chandler Jones with that pass. It was absolutely gorgeous. And then what made even better was poor Mac Jones. The wonderful form of the stiff arms. The wonderful stiff arm form from Chandler Jones to Mac Jones.
Right on the helmet.
You couldn't teach the stiff arm better. I was like, oh, that was beautiful. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it basically was that. So yes, actually with that game, of course, it ended up being a 30-24 victory for the Raiders. Now you have a log jam at 6-8, and they're between. Let's see if I can remember the teams: the Raiders, the Browns,
surprisingly.
Doggone it. I see. It's 4 teams, and I can't remember them now. But it's a log jam it's a log jam 14-16, and you have, of course, the Patriots and the Jets at 7-7. All of them looking up at the Chargers, and the Dolphins are 8-6, crossing their fingers, hoping that one of those teams decides to falter. And that game threw all of that into an upheaval.
Oh, I can help you with that. You have the Raiders. You have the
And there's the Raiders, the Browns,
the
Cleveland
Jaguars.
Jaguars.
I'm gonna get the Jaguars in a minute.
Yeah, so the Raiders, the Jaguars, the Browns are all 6 and 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the Jaguars in a minute.
With the Patriots, Jets, Titans, all at 7 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
And Rod West, I dare you to bring your punk ass in this chat this morning.
No,
because
please.
Oh,
please
no,
bring it.
come on, Rod. Rod.
Wait.
No, we got
This is
Rod
why
on
I'm
2
daring
occasions.
him. This is why I'm daring him. This is why I'm daring him, because we're ready for his ass.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you were finished. Oh, well, allow me to retort.
We got all day for him.
I got an early Christmas present from my wife.
We're all the Cowboy fans at.
All right, let's touch on that now. So
one of them. Hold on, before we go to the Cowboy, we'll save the Cowboys.
Oh, we got it. Okay.
Chandler, listen. Thank you, Chandler Jones, and thank you, refs, because Keelan Cole's catch should have been ruled out of bounds.
Yeah, that was some
game tire, but it was so tough to overturn.
There was so many questionable calls the referees did this weekend too.
Yeah, there were so many questionable calls, but that one right there, could have gone either way. They could have ruled it on the field out of bounds, and they wouldn't have been able to overturn it. But they ruled it a touchdown, and it was tough for them to overturn that.
Before we continue,
mm-hmm.
I want to apologize to Mrs. Snowman, because today Cole and I will be roasting the Colts.
Yes.
But I
believe we might be beaten by Brian, because I think he's going to roast him.
I'm going to do that first, especially with some of the comments my wife said to me after lunch.
Matter of fact, those of y'all who are in the chat, do me a favor, share this out and call it Hot Seat Monday, because there's a lot of people on the hot seat today.
Yes, there is. There's going to be so many people.
Thank you, Playmaker.
Thank you for the title of the podcast.
I like that one. Yeah,
thank you for the title of the podcast episode.
Yeah, because today definitely. Plenty behind to be on.
We'll go live at 11:15 to talk about the wild weekend in the NFL. But let's take a break, and when we come back, I have some Colts to roast, and we have some Cowboys to roast as well. We're just getting started on this hot seat manic Monday of Snowman in the Morning, and we're back in a flash.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter, so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Have you had a chance to visit the brand new Snowman in the Morning shop yet? You haven't? Then what are you waiting for? Go to our new web address, snowmaninthemorning.com/shop. That's snowmaninthemorning.com/shop, where you can shop for all kinds of items like a coffee mug, a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a book bag, and everything else that you need to have the same outfits and the same gear that the crew has. And with each purchase, you will be helping the Snow Strong initiative. We got a lot to do in a short time to get there. Go to snowmaninthemorning.com/shop and get the same stuff that the crew has. And when you do that, tell them Snowman sent you. Thanks. This is a BS3 Network presentation. Politics.
They'll write the law, but they'll enforce it differently. Is that going to apply both ways?
Religion.
God never said that we can't reason together. Matter of fact, he said, let us sit and reason together.
Relationship.
I believe that everybody wants and needs somebody.
From a man's perspective.
They say, girls, if I put some polish on that and get him to buy some different clothes, girl, he could be a winner chicken dinner.
Join the thought engineer.
There's nothing wrong with me developing my piece and you developing your piece, but understand the goal is to come together.
And comedian John Yogi.
Negro, I don't need you putting on no chapstick up there in the pulpit. You do that over there in your chair.
Get ready for Monday. Live every Monday at 7 p.m. Central.
Steph Curry, Tim Anderson, Jordan Alvarez,
and it's caught. Deebo Samuel with the catch. Michael Jordan can sense
the throw. Just got the king.
BS3 Network.
The hottest of hot takes, the coldest of cold hard facts. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Weekdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson is brought to you by Penis Water for the ebbs and flows of life. Trust Penis 15 Water.
You would. You would push that button.
That's right. That's right.
It's the Hot Seat Manic Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Oh, boy. I'm not going to waste any time.
Good.
Jeff Saturday, Indianapolis Colts. Please have a seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Mr. Brian Snow. Mr. Snowman, it's time to roast the Colts. Cook!
I begin with the question I began with when I opened the show. And I better step back from the microphone when I say this, because it's going to be quite loud. What the hell was that? I went to lunch with my bride. We watched the first half while enjoying Applebee's.
Nice.
And it was 33 to nothing. Watch the entire first half. It was 33 to nothing.
And I bet around this time, you yourself and Cole was laughing your butts off because Kirk Cousins is down 33 to nothing.
Listen, we watched Cole Cousins get beat to oblivion. I said it another way at the restaurant. I won't say it here. We watched
Trust Cousins.
We watched the turnovers happen.
Mm-hmm.
We watched it all, and thank God Applebee's had the NFL Network on. Okay,
right.
We watched it all. 33 to nothing, and my wife looks at me and says, "You know what, honey? We can do our afternoon shopping. I can drop you at home so you can get ready to go do your game at Jennings County."
Oh, that's nice.
Cool. We can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then let me make an adjustment here. So she dropped me at home.
Right.
I mean, well, part of this because I'm still testing the limits of my stomach, and my stomach decided to go a little haywire while we were in Aldi. And she says, "Okay, let me drop you at home. You can get situated, then you can, Go do your ball game. And it was a rare Saturday night ball game for me. I'm like, okay, cool. And then in 4 words,
it began.
All hell broke loose.
See, this is what happens when you have an
This is what
offense
happens
settle
when
for
you
so many field goals.
This is what
And
happens
you
when you
will,
blink. All right?
and
Let
yeah,
me just
and you had the
this
defense
is what
actually
happens
play as well as you could in the first half.
and let your foot off the gas in the second half.
Yep.
And through the voice of one Paul Allen, the fabulous voice of the Minnesota Vikings, who lost every vocal cord necessary in
I'm
this
sure he
miraculous
did.
NFC North clinching championship.
I'm sure he did.
33-0 became 33-7, and then 36-7, and then all hell broke loose. Mr. Hank.
They give some context here. Give me some context here. Okay, field goal by the coach 3-0.
Quiet.
Punt return, a block punt for a touchdown. Then you have the offense did score a touchdown. Then you had an interception return for a touchdown. That's how they got to 33. All phases of the game scored.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with that in mind, like I said, 33-0 became 33-7, and then 36-7. And then CJ Ham did this. $36-14. And then Kirk Cousins got on a little bit of a roll.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when I was in the process of getting ready, and I heard this. $36-21. And immediately my spider senses went crazy.
Stephon Gilmore, are you still that dude?
Ouch.
My spider senses went crazy at 36-21.
Between KJ Osborne and Justin Jefferson, I don't think so.
Me neither. And then
the ish started.
Then the bull-ish started. Adam Thielen, you're next. $36-28. And just as I was in the process of texting my beautiful wife to say,
the Colts
I
won.
can't believe what the hell is going on.
But the Colts still won.
But the Colts still have this. But the Colt, I wrote the message, didn't send it.
But something was cooking. But something was cooking at the same time.
Something was crying at the same time.
He said, "Didn't send it."
I didn't send it because I was watching the game.
Smart.
I was listening to Paul Allen,
mm-hmm.
and the Vikings got the ball back.
Yes.
Just as I can hear Paul Allen in my head go, "We need a Minneapolis miracle."
Somebody cook that defense.
Well, Paul Allen
received one.
Son of a bitch, you got one.
He received one.
How many Colts had an opportunity to take him down?
One play, 64 yards, 2-point game, and then the trade that went under the radar which is the Vikings trading for TJ Hawkinson,
Yep.
finally paid this dividend. I heard that and I went, what? And that's when I did text my wife and I did send the message. And my exact message to her was,
quote,
can you believe this game is ... tied?
Close quote.
Did you put time in all capital letters?
Yes.
Okay.
And I underlined it.
Good job.
And I couldn't believe it myself. Oh, and there's more. Because by the time I got to Jennings County High School to set up for my game, this happened. Now, here's where I have my fun, if you want to call it that. Matt Ryan, beat it. I can't tell Jim Irsay to beat it because we know he's not going to sell the team and beat it, aka Dan Snyder. But I'll touch on that Thursday. Matt Ryan, get the hell out. Jeff Saturday, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
Matt Ryan was supposed to be the reason the Colts are going to win the AFC South this year.
And I said that very sentence. And I said that very sentence at the top of the season. Those open it, please. Open it.
Snowman is saving Matt Ryan for me because I'm about to roast Matt Ryan.
Quote.
No, you're not. Matt Ryan will be one of the reasons why the Colts will win the AFC South.
Close quote.
And playmaker, Matt Ryan's mine. Matt Ryan, tell me, how the hell can you be a part of not one, but two big-ass choke jobs? And one of them cost you a Super Bowl. This one cost you a season. Just hang it up, will you please? Just act like LeBron James and hang it up because you have nothing left.
Well, if that's the case, he would be on the bench and on the field and on the bench and on the field. I'm sorry about that.
And then there was the fact that the Colts abandoned the running game.
They actually had a running game?
It was effective.
From the numbers I'm looking at? Yep.
No. I know. I know they did.
It was effective.
But the way they played the second half, you would have thought it was ineffective, but I know it was effective.
For 30 minutes, it was effective. For 30 minutes, the entire Colts team was effective. For the last 40 minutes, they were invisible.
That's what I wanted you to say.
For
the running
30
game
minutes
was gone.
The Colts were effective offensively, especially in the running game.
Inexplicably.
For the last 40 minutes, because it went down to the final seconds in overtime. Matter of fact, the exact time for 39 minutes and 58 seconds of the second half in overtime, that entire Colts team disappeared.
Well, I personally, I really believe the Colts defense was gassed. I mean, they put forth the best effort I think I've seen that unit put together.
Yeah,
all year long in the first half.
All year.
And they got rewarded zilch for it from the offense in the second half. So yeah, I understand that. Yeah, you could say, well, yeah, the defense let them down. It might be true.
The offense let them. No.
But the offense. Let me finish. But
I finished it for you.
Yeah, but the true culprits were the offense.
The offense let them down the entire second half and overtime.
And you mentioned it. They abandoned the running game, which worked.
Jonathan Taylor injury or not, the running game worked.
And they abandoned it.
It worked.
Oh, yeah. Cowboys fan, you're about to hear the same thing later. I'm sorry.
You understand me? It worked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Running game was beautiful. Could not have been better executed.
It worked. They went away from it like fools.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, they did.
Fools.
Yes,
they went away from it. And to think, for lunch, I put on a Colts sweatshirt.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Hell was I thinking?
Mm-hmm.
No. I posted it.
You were supporting the wife's team, okay?
I posted evidence of that too at lunch. I posted evidence of that too.
Now, the fact that you posted that's another thing. But as far as you wearing it, you supporting the wife's team, you know.
That's
Mood
cold.
I'm roasting.
That's cold, man.
Hey, what did Coach Herman always say? Don't press in. He pressed in.
Shut up.
Not don't press send. Oh no.
You know, don't press send is going to become part of the lexicon here on the show. Thank you, Playmaker, for that.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
it's going to be yes. They did.
Colts had a running game. Yeah,
for 30 minutes they did.
Yeah,
and it worked.
Keep roasted. Don't say anything. Keep roasting.
And it worked.
Yeah, it did.
I don't remember asking you a thing.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I wore a Colts sweatshirt yesterday. And then that happened.
Just poor execution in general.
Poor everything.
Poor execution in general.
Running
man.
in the second, everything in the second half. Tackling, running, playing the wrong damn coverages.
Don't get me started, man. Because how the heck you have a team you know is going to throw it all over the place, and you still allow, even though they did play 10 extra minutes, but you still allowed this team to throw for over 400 yards.
Them to do that,
and you allow free releases one after another after another.
You still allowed them to do that.
And Hall TV.
I'll say it again.
No. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
You still allowed them to do that. I'm done. Get up.
Right. All right. Well, we're done.
Now slide that right over to me and Cole now.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. I get the sneaky suspicion that our guest that normally comes on here every Monday at 8:35 in the morning wants to do a hot seat of his own. That is the one, the only man who operates no credentials required, amongst other great content, Ryan McCarthy. Well,
I'm actually in a good mood this morning because
the Patriots.
Hold on.
Patriots?
Let me explain.
Okay.
I've embraced something called mutually assured destruction. If the Jets can't go to the playoffs, neither should the Patriots.
I figured it had something to do with the Patriots. Oh no.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm embracing it. I'm embracing it right now.
Mutually assured destruction. All right. So
I have to admit, Zach Wilson didn't play a bad game.
Well, so
played pretty decent.
So all right. So what's on the brew this morning? What are you sipping on this morning?
I got Bad Santa from Invader Coffee.
Liquor.
Okay. Liquor.
Not liquor. Not liquor. That's
infused with liquor.
Look, I had the week off from work,
is it
so
infused with rum?
No.
Damn.
All right. Let's. All
I
right.
sure as hell was going to order something.
All right. So let's dive into this. You're happy because of the mutually assured destruction, but 3 hours before, I don't think you were embracing the MAD mindset. So take us through what you were thinking when you saw the Lions after the 2-minute warning go up 2017 on the Jets.
I'll tell you exactly what he went. I'll tell you exactly what he went through. Can I get a little Samuel L. Jackson, please?
Oh boy.
Oh Lord. All right. So let me see if I can think of what he went.
Is it do the math? Do the math.
that too.
My please.
That's the next
English.
Do that one.
I mean, if I have to take a guess, Mr. McCarthy, you didn't like your running game yesterday, did you?
No. And this
I
was
wouldn't
against.
either.
This
Lack
was against.
thereof.
Look, there's no excuse of running for 50, of having only 50 rushing yards against a team that allows 140
No.
per game.
No, not the number of yards, the number of carries. 22. You mean to tell me you abandon the running game that hard?
Yep, they do that when the running game doesn't work. They abandon it altogether and they rely on the quarterback. And they should. It's not how this offense works.
Right.
I mean, Snowman. Brian, look. This is not the way they do it in San Francisco. They don't.
No.
This is the same type of system they have in San Francisco. They brought this over with the Jets. They don't abandon the running game when things go bad.
No. They stick with it, and to me, when I look at, and yeah, I get what you're saying, because you're right, because the Lions, they're not the best squad defensively, so yeah, you can run on them, and so yeah, a team that wants to run and can. I know you don't have Breece Hall, but you still have a decent running attack.
No, and Bam Knight's a good running back that he discovered. He's an undrafted free agent.
Right. So I do agree. 50 yards against that defensive front, that's a bit alarming.
It's super alarming.
But to only do 22 carries, though, that to me is like, yes, try to stick with it. Stay with it.
They will not win.
I can tell about the Lions game plan. The game plan was stop the run and make Zach Wilson beat you.
Oh yeah,
Because Aiden Hutchinson,
they took the Patriots formula and put it in this game too.
Aiden Hutchinson, every time they try to run and play, that goddamn 97 was right there.
Yeah, that of course is a game, and that should have been the game plan of the Lions. Yeah, make that dumb bumbling idiot beat us.
But he had a pretty good game. I can't.
He had an okay game.
He had a decent
game.
He had a decent game.
He's got to work on his accuracy. He can't be sailing.
True.
He can't be sailing passes over his receivers, especially with the talent of receivers he has around them. Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson, who could be offensive rookie of the year.
Man,
but Kenneth Walker will probably get it. But Garrett Wilson's a close second.
Let me give props to Michael Carter for saving saving Zach Wilson on a play because Wilson threw a wounded duck in the air.
Yep.
But okay,
Zach, I tried.
I think this is why I said I figured you was going to be a bit on the frustrated side with your wonderful Jets. Their bread right now is buttered with defense. They did not put Goff on the turf one time.
Nope, and they didn't make him turn the ball.
And they did not turn him over either. Right.
Nope.
Those
are the two things they needed to do this game. And granted, I mean, you can't use Quinn Williams being out as an excuse either. That was an unfortunate situation. He went out last week in the second half. Didn't play in the second half against Buffalo. They played pretty well, but you can't win games by not sacking the other team's quarterback, and you can't do it by not turning over the ball. They've only had one turnover in the last 5 games. One.
Ooh, that is not good.
And that turnover came in garbage time against the Bears when they were already up by 3 touchdowns.
So my question is, what is the concern level at? Because y'all have a quick turnaround. Against a very hot team coming up there.
No, a concern level is very high. Jaguars are on a streak right now, and nobody expected the Jaguars to be on a streak. Also, nobody expected the Jaguars to be in the hunt for the AFC South, and I've said it. I said it last week on No Credentials Required. I probably mentioned it on this program too. If the Jaguars went out, they win the South.
Oh, I said that. I said, look,
and you said the same thing, Cole. I'll give you credit too. I mean,
when the Jaguars demolished the Titans, I said, the Titans better watch out, because if they're going to go the way they're going, because I started to see them looking horrible, and I mean horrible on both sides of the ball. And the Jaguars started to catch steam. I was like, man, the Jaguars could catch them, and they could probably sneak in, be the AFC South champs.
Mm-hmm.
And I stand even firmer on that, because, the way the Jaguars are playing, they are literally playing like they have house money. It's like, we have nothing to lose.
Yep.
Because even if we don't make the playoffs, people are going to say we had a good year. So we want to make the playoffs. We want to win the AFC South. But if we don't and we come up short, so be it. And normally when you have a team that has that type of stake, and they don't have any care in the world, they are dangerous to play, especially now.
I was hoping the Jets would be in this position come this time of year. I'm happy that the way they're improving, but
they still are. Yeah.
They still are, but there are concerns. I actually wrote an article on bellyupsports.com this weekend about how now is the time for Zach Wilson to grow up. Like, grow up, dude. Like, you've got to grow up. You have
Thank
to,
you, Ryan.
You have to be a better quarterback. Do you want to be a starter in the NFL?
Ryan.
Do you want to? I mean, that was the thing, and that was the thing I wrote in the article. The Jets have to get their running game going, because the best way that Zach Wilson can play, he plays his best when the Jets running game supports him.
Of course.
And clearly they did not do that yesterday. They let Zach cook. They felt he was doing
okay.
And I understand Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas. They don't want to. They want their justification of Zach Wilson to be. They want the justification for the Zach Wilson pick in 2021. I get it.
Of course.
But you can't do that by letting the run game just go by the wayside. And I'm going to say this too. Offensive line for the New York Jets, clean it up. Clean it up.
Yeah,
between the running game and that awful pass protection they have, I swear they better find a new offensive line coach over this season, because whatever they're doing is whatever blocking scheme they're coming up with is not working. It's not working.
Because Zach Wilson was put down to the turf 4 times yesterday. Yeah, I agree with you.
And I say this. Don't like the fact that he ran the ball 22 times. No. When you run the ball 22 times, you should have more than 50 yards.
No, you should have more than 50 yards. Yes, but if your team offensively is predicated on a run offense dictates everything else, you should basically and you had the lead going into the 2-minute warning, even with the fact you had your poorest of quarterbacks throw it more than you should have run it. It is predicated on you have to pound them, because the running game is not necessarily always dictated on, okay, you must have at least 4 yards to carry. Yeah, that's good, and that shows success, sure. But sometimes you're not going to have the greatest of successes running. And sometimes it's about controlling the clock with the ball.
That's what the Lions did in the first half. They controlled that clock. They had, at one point, I think 15 minutes of ball possession as opposed to 6 for the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
So come on, guys. Also, Robert Saleh deserves some of the blame too, because in that 2 minute, they get the ball back with less than 2 minutes left. They had a minute 48. They had a minute 48 to do stuff, and they still had one timeout in their back pocket. I don't understand. I thought he might have been better as a coach that way. Just based on all the mistakes he made last year with clock management, it's gonna come back to haunt him. And you can't do that for the next 3 games.
Yeah, because
you got to win out. You got to win out next 3 games.
Yeah, because all you needed was a field goal just to get in overtime. And I figured, okay, so and I was thinking too when I was watching it, I was like, so I guess he must be holding that timeout for when they cross midfield. And they almost got to midfield. Then, of course, Wilson got put on the turf. And then they had no choice but to use the timeout. And then, okay, so all right, so I have this minor issue with the execution at the end of the game for the Jets. So, yes, I know Wilson throws a pass where they get into the very edge of the field
40-yard line. It's a 40-yard line.
Yeah.
And Zerline can make those kicks.
Yeah, very edge of Berline's foot.
Yep.
So it's a 58-yarder, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, he could make it, but I'm not liking my odds. And I didn't like how they executed when they got to that one. It's like, okay, so you still have the timeout. I was like, why didn't I forgot who caught the ball?
Elijah Moore.
Thank you, Moore. I figured if he caught it, he knew that he had a timeout in his pocket and he got the requisite yards he needed, because it would have been about 4 or 5 yards further and closer to the end zone. Why didn't he catch it and drop down? Because he still had time. But it's things like that. Which, and I am not even a Jets fan, so I know it frustrates you as a Jets fan, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
There's things like that frustrate me, because it's like, I know they go through fundamentals and they go through clock management, 2-minute drills in every scenario you possibly can have.
Yep.
To me, I'm thinking, okay, you got the ball, you inside the Lions 40, drop down, you still got time, and you can call timeout.
Mm-hmm.
But Moore acted as though they didn't have a timeout. I was like, so why are you trying to?
Why rush? Why rush?
Yeah.
Why rush?
See, it's just those things like that just make me shake my head about how the Jets operate in terms of Robert Saleh. Because I'm like, I'm with you. I'm thinking they should be better than this. I think they should be more fundamentally sound than this.
Yes. No, I agree. Yeah. That's something that to work on during the offseason. But right now, I just they have 3 games left to fix this.
Oh yeah,
and we ain't talking no easy 3 games either.
Now this here's a saving grace for you. Although they'll be playing in Miami, they end there, so they possibly could end their season by making the playoffs against them. It's a possibility.
Yeah, it is.
So the scenarios go like this: the Jets have to win out. The Patriots have to lose at least 1 game.
The Patriots
they're playing. They still have to play the Dolphins and the Bills.
And the Dolphins had to lose a game before they played the Jets too. Yeah.
No, actually, the Chargers have to lose at least 1 conference game. Then they play Indianapolis and Denver, so you know they're going to win those games.
Yeah.
It's a tough road to climb, but again, I'm all about mutually assured destruction right now.
Okay, so
because that
right.
ending to that game.
So let me put the smile on your face. So when you saw Jacoby Myers sail that wonderful pass into the waiting hands of Chandler Jones, and then the Webwork said stiff arm to Mac Jones.
Stiff arm Mac Jones
on his way to the end zone.
Sit down.
How did you feel then? Because I figured it was the opposite of how you felt seeing the end of the Lions Jets game.
So I was at my parents' house. I was doing some cleaning for them. My mom's currently in an inpatient rehab. My dad's all by himself. He's got stage 1 Parkinson's, so he can't do a whole lot. So I'm over there cleaning, and I decided to stay for a little bit. So watching the game, I'm like, all right, Raiders come back and tie it. Awesome. Okay, so they blow another lead, but they come back and tie it. And now the Patriots have the ball back, and they run this play. I'm like, okay. So they run out the clock, and Ramondre Stevenson decides to pitch it out. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be Stanford like. And then you see Jacoby Myers just sail this pass
perfectly,
winning to the loving arms of Chandler Jones. Chandler Bones Patriot. Jones,
a former Patriot.
Former Patriot.
Who catches it, stiff arms Mac Jones to hell, and then runs all the way for a touchdown. I stood up. As soon as Chandler Jones caught that ball and stiff arm Mac Jones, I stood up from the chair I was sitting in, and I'm looking at my dad. I'm going, what just happened?
You are a true Jets fan.
We both just looked at each other and just.
You are a true Jets fan.
Oh.
The hatred for the Patriots is so real that you cheered the fact that they got housed.
And look, half an hour. Actually, not even half an hour. Like 15 minutes after that happened, I sent Snowman a message and I said,
"Yes,
well, you called it. It was a Raiders and a walk-off. Just wasn't in the way.
Yeah, Raiders was a walk-off. Just wasn't
Josh Jacobs like
it wasn't Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
No, it was Chandler Jones. Yeah.
Chandler Jones in a walk-off. I'm sitting there just going, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I
what
would
happened?
Be too. Mm-hmm.
I don't remember asking you a thing.
You know what?
Have mercy. Now this I have to put.
Rod, you can talk all the smack.
Wait.
Not today.
Hold on. Whoa. Why Wednesday? Where were you Wednesday?
Not today.
Where were you Wednesday?
Not today.
Cole, you know it's Wednesday. We ain't here from Wild West Wednesday.
No, we're not. Not Wild West Wednesday.
Oh, he was going Wednesday.
It's not Chicken Wang Wednesday.
Not Chicken Wang Wednesday. No, sir. No. Oh, no. One of the people I did think about when I saw what happened with Chandler Jones returning that, I guess you could say, well, technically fumble recovery for a touchdown.
I just want to see how they scored it. I want to see how they scored it. Let's see. I'm gonna bring up the box score. So the box score says, Gamecast. Let's see. Chandler Jones 48-yard fumble return. It was considered a fumble.
Yeah, because it was a backward pass. So yeah, I was thinking it was a fumble.
Yeah. That's how they scored it at home.
yeah. But yeah, you were one of the people I thought of because like I know he was celebrating hard about this because I thought it was hilarious. And I was like, and I was hoping all of you was going to find hilarious Mac Jones getting stiff armed into the Allegiant Stadium turf like I did.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
He got that dad telling the son to sit down.
Yeah. He did.
That was one of the best stiff arms I've ever seen. So okay, why?
I mean, it was colder than Quinnen Williams stiff arming Tyreek Hill in the first first Jets Dolphins game when the Jets were up big and Quinnen Williams had recovered a fumble and he was rumbling towards the end zone too, and he happened to stiff arm Tyreek Hill, and it's like wow, into the MetLife Stadium turf. But those are the two best defensive lineman stiff arms all season.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
Chandler Jones was the best one.
All right.
Chandler Jones was the best one. I mean, I would say poor Mac Jones, but for Rod West, Mac Jones deserved it. He deserved that stiff arm.
All right. So before we end our normal segment, would you like to stay on, Mr. McCarthy?
Yes.
I would
King
love to stay on. I would be very honored to stay on because I got some thoughts about this weekend. I thought it was the best sports weekend we've had in a long time.
I agree.
It's not just because it's not just because of the NFL, but World Cup. I don't know if you guys. I mean, I watched the World Cup final, the second half, and the overtime and extra time and the shootout afterwards. But that was fun.
I didn't see it, but I read about it. Yeah, and it looked
That
like
was
it
fun.
was. I've heard and read that it was probably one of the most epic World Cup finals ever.
It was.
It was.
The
Yes.
legendary
Yes, it was.
Mbappe
Yes, it was.
continues to rise, and Messi can
Mhm.
be in the category of the GOAT.
Messi
Yeah.
is the GOAT.
And I
Messi is
think,
the GOAT.
and I think with that, I'm thinking with a lot of people. I'm thinking with a lot of people who saw the end result yesterday. That's how they're trending. They're trending that Messi is the best soccer player ever.
Are you gonna say David Beckham? Snowman?
No. Hell no.
For
Hell
me,
no
it's
to either.
for me, it's still Pele.
Okay.
Hell no,
Understood.
hell no to either.
Understood.
Hell no to either Messi nor Beckham. Pele 1 and 2 for me is Steve Jungle.
Mhm.
And if y'all remember the MISL, you know the name Steve Jungle.
Mhm.
Think San Diego Soccer's fame. And
Yeah.
behind him is a fellow, and Victor, this is for you. And behind him is a former Chicago Sting player named Karl-Heinz Granitza. Now, all you Messi fans and all you Beckham fans, bite me. Our two.
Well, no,
Do we
not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
All right. So no, not yet.
What do you mean not yet?
No, yet to come. Mr. McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you so adamant about wanting mutually assured destruction?
Because again,
he's a
if
Jets
the
fan.
if the Jets can't make the playoffs, neither should the Patriots. That's why I am embracing mutually assured destruction.
Cole, let me put it a better way for you. All for one and one for all.
You sound like my boss. She's a Steelers fan, but if she catches wind, like she has a intense hatred for the Raiders and an intense hatred for the Ravens. And yeah, if she knows that those two teams aren't making the playoffs, she'd be rejoicing in the street even if the Steelers didn't either. So I totally get that.
I have something for Rod West.
Okay,
I
well
know
then.
he had to be saying after what happened yesterday.
Bitch, are you for real? I ain't paying him no attention. He showed up for the first 10 minutes on Wednesday, and as soon as I started roasting LeBron, he was gone.
Oh, that's always.
All
because
right,
Rod knows the truth and refuses to acknowledge it. Speaking of acknowledge,
LJPN is sponsored by HoFacts. Before she hoe, and you gotta know, tell her to show me the HoFacts.
yes, Chris Berman said during a blowout game with Philadelphia and the Dodgers, I'm emptying the closet.
Oh Lord. Okay, so Mr.
emptying the
McCarthy, so brother, yes. Where can the people find you?
I love that.
You know what? Can we start hour 2 now, or do we have to close?
We're trying to close.
Let's close him out.
That's what I'm trying to
Let's
do now.
close out McCarthy.
I'll stick around.
I have some choice words for Cole after we close him out and start hour 2.
Oh no.
Fine. Okay, fine.
Hour 2 starts right now.
On your mark, get set. Let's go.
'Cause we take this job so.
What is you doing? On your mark, get set. Let's go.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
All of it between two people and 4 nostrils. All of it was gone.
LeBron James is pure, unadulterated trash as a basketball player and has been for 20 years.
We don't want to
Stop
see.
the lies.
Wait a minute.
Stop the cap.
We don't want to see.
Stop the cap, bro.
Number 420. Why is El Jefe? Number 420.
I had to do it. Oh man, I thought I missed it.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Yes, it's Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
Hour 2 thereof. And I have some choice words for my partner, one of my best friends, my executive producer. I made a mistake yesterday.
And
I watched your second episode of The City Fifth.
You call it a mistake. Okay.
Oh, I mean it very playfully.
Okay.
I mean it very playfully.
Guess who he messaged?
I watched it yesterday while I was preparing for today's show. And I couldn't finish my preparation because I was too busy laughing.
Oh, Lord.
My wife walked into this office and wondered why I was holding my stomach laughing. Then she saw the stained glass set. She saw the fedora and went, "Oh, hell no," and walked out laughing. It made me forget the title of your sermon.
Keep shining.
Like something like keep going when the haters.
Yeah. Keep shining. Keep shining.
Keep shining
when haters get down on you.
And you had to roll through the entire trash lineup. My wife came back into the office and saw the name. She saw the names. Okay. She saw the names. And when you got to the name you had for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, she stepped in front of me and said, "Turn this off and come to bed now. Because you're not going to keep me up all night laughing." I said, "Why not?" She says, "Because if you start laughing, I'm going to start laughing, and neither of us will get to sleep." Well, guess what? Neither of us got to sleep. I think her favorite is that's her second favorite. Because she recognized names. Wait a minute.
What Chamber of Commerce?
Wait a minute. She recognized the names.
Oh, she recognized the names? Good.
She recognized hockey for Hakeem. She recognized Hakeem Olajuwon. She recognized Larry Bird. The one that had her
as we wait with bated breath,
cracking up the. Yes, he did.
Wait, which one?
And then revealed, and the first time you revealed Stephanie Corey, I mooted you.
Of course.
She saw that name and went, "He did not do that."
Wait, which?
Yes, he did.
Oh, I see. I actually thought, and I knew that one would upset you for legit. I figured it
that
would be,
one.
I figured it would slide because it wasn't Michael Jordan's nickname.
Listen, she saw that one, looked at me, looked back at the screen, looked back at me, and she said, there's steam coming out of your ears with the one he came up with for Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
You better damn believe it.
Yep.
Which caused her sentence of Michael Jordan's the greatest player of all time. I don't know why Cole's alter ego ruined him. And mind you, during this whole lecture, both of us are trying so hard not to laugh. And then she saw the tote board.
Oh, and thank you, Playmaker.
The tote board.
That was ingenious how you just came in right on time.
She saw the tote board, heard you, and she looked at me and said, "Play the sound. Just get it over with. Play the sound." I said, "Oh, you mean this one?" And I remember you telling me, partner, that you rehearsed that sound for 3 days
to not crack up. But did every single time I did. I mean, seriously, I'd be
and
like,
then you put it, and
3 days.
Then, wait, and then the
yeah,
the preacher said, "There's a way that he does it now." What's the and as soon as you did the brr, I lost it. I lost it.
Man.
Soon as you did the burp, both of us lost it.
I think I cracked Playmaker when I went through the trace lineup and I got to Jordan's name.
Wait! I heard that. I think Playmaker said something like, "How dare you?" And I could hear.
It's like you better not say. And I heard a little bit of laughter with him. He said, "You better not say that."
You know why? Because Snowman popped in my head. I was like, you bet not.
And as I was going through it, I was in character, but in my head I was like, yes, yes. I got played. He's laughing. I love it.
Added a Mark Jackson.
I was like, how can I make this name easily ridiculous with Mark Jackson? I was like,
I'm just glad Jody didn't see that one. But you came up with a name for Martin.
Yeah, Mark Jackson. And then I love Playmaker. It's Mark Jackson. Yes. Steve Nash. It's Steve Nash.
Steve Nash. There you go. That's
Steve Nash.
And Playmaker was getting more. Wait a minute. Playmaker was getting more and more pissed with all the names you were coming up with the new players you were adding to the tote board.
Yes, I loved it. That was hilarious.
And I could just hear, I could just hear Playmaker growling when you brought up Steve Nash, and I could just hear his teeth grinding, going, "That's Steve Nash."
Don't worry, me and Cole got into it because I started questioning his.
I just want to hear. I just want to hear what he has for Scottie Pippen. It's gonna sound like something like scurry popping.
Oh no!
Oh man!
Oh yes!
That's scary poppins.
Thank you. Yes.
And
I'm here for you, Cole.
Thank you, Ryan.
And the crazy thing is,
I got the name. Thank you, sir. I got the name. Scary Poppins.
Snowman couldn't make it, so I had to do a bisexual convention off the top of my head.
Now you know how I feel.
I was like, well, damn. Okay. Well, I already got material from yesterday, so I might as well use that.
And then
Mary
wait a
Poppins.
minute.
Trash.
And then Playmaker. Wait a minute. And then Playmaker messaged me, and I thanked him for sitting in for me, and he said the only thing Playmaker said was, "I did a bronzosexual confession for you."
Yes, he did, and he rocked it.
He did. He did. He did. You know what?
And I had to let him cook. I was like, man,
listen. And matter of fact, it gives me an idea. All Wednesday, that's all we're gonna do. And Ryan, you're gonna join us.
All right.
Because
I may have one of my own. I'll try to make one up.
I know you're gonna have one of your own. You've been hanging around us too damn long. Wait a minute.
It's been in my back pocket like a referee with a yellow card waiting to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
yes. That would be you. Yes.
Hey, put that coming Victor hand up there, because Cole almost broke character when I did that.
I broke Cole once. Once. I broke him once. I mean, Cole is a master of character. Okay,
you tripping?
He is a master of
That's
character.
what tripped me.
Because Cole kept talking to the ushers saying, "Get me to stop talking."
Yes.
I sat there. I said, "Don't come over here. You stay your behind over there." Cole almost lost it.
I was like,
I thought Cole was going to lose it when he said, "Stay your behind over there."
I was like, that was pretty slick. I like that. But character.
But
Okay.
the only time I've ever tripped Cole up was when I played this.
You tripping? I was not expecting to hear my voice back at me. That was what really messed me. And what even messed me up even further, I tried to prepare for every single thing you and Playmaker threw at me. I was like, okay, so they're gonna probably talk. They're probably gonna talk over me. They're gonna mention Jordan's the greatest of all time.
You were ready for all of that.
Yeah, I was ready for all that, but I was
You
not
were ready for all of
I was
that.
not ready to hear my voice saying you
Your
tripping.
own voice saying you tripping. And the first time Cole did the City Fifth, there was a pause that he purposely put in there when he said LeBron doesn't need to flop. LeBron doesn't need to flop. And Cole paused right there. He paused right there for a brief second for me to slip in. You tripping, and it was perfect.
Yep,
it was perfect.
And that was and it was a purposeful pause. Right, exactly.
What got me?
You read it beautifully.
And I'm surprised nobody caught on to it. I started laughing when Cole said, "Get the money out of the offering plate, and we gonna get Ray some hooked on funds."
Yeah. I figured I caught you on that one.
You know what? My daughter heard that. And she went, "Oh no, not wait a minute." My daughter heard that and she went, "Oh no, not hooked on phonics. Are you kidding me?" Wife didn't even respond. She just started laughing, rolled her eyes at me, and walked out.
See, I played it off the course. I said, "Oh, now you're talking my language. Now we get somewhere here.
Now we get somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, now you're speaking. Now you're talking."
The first time he did it, the first time he did the church, and I saw acknowledge him and be set free. And the shot came right. Wait a minute. The first time we did it, I voiced, "This is an LGPN special presentation," and I hear Cole's evil voice going, "Oh yes, it is," and I'm already laughing. I'm already laughing because I know he's got something cooking. All right. Then the music started, and then all the church photos were flying in, and then the bongos came in, the percussion and the bongos came in behind the music, and then I see acknowledge him and be set free, and I lost it. I turned down my microphone here in studio, and I'm cracking up. Cracking up. And Cole was still busy getting ready. So the shot came back to me, and I'm falling out of my chair.
And I'm surprised I didn't laugh hard there.
I thought you were. I thought, someone's gonna see me cracking up, laughing, going, "Okay, something's wrong with Snowman. He's not in character." Okay. I couldn't be in character with that BS he was throwing at me. I couldn't do it. The shot came. The shot was on me when Cole said, "Oh yes, it is," and I'm already losing it. And then he plays the intro, and the shot came back to me. And in the immortal words of one Larry Munson, I broke my chair.
Oh my gosh!
This has been fun, but Cowboy fans, y'all ain't out the hook.
Oh, still ain't.
Oh no,
But-
no,
still
Y'all
ain't.
ain't out the
Oh
hook.
no.
Victor said, "Playmaker Wednesday, telling the usher, say you're behind over there."
Let's take a quick pause.
and then he said, "I just yelled, you can't do that." When he said, "Take the money out of the collection plate to get Ray hooked on phonics."
And
As
this
we
all
try
this
to
about
get back on track
and this
here.
all me doing improv.
Hey,
This was
Cowboy
improv.
fans. Yes. Oh man, look. This show is all improv. When Cole gives us the order, we try to follow it, and then something stupid happens where we're just off target. And speaking of something stupid happening, let's go to Jacksonville.
Intercepted. Jenkins has it. 3rd and 4. Blitz coming. Prescott throws backwards and intercepted. Jenkins has another one. Racing down the sidelines. Rayshard Jenkins is going to win it.
That dude had the game of his life.
Watch
Yeah,
that
he
one.
did. He did.
Cole, do you
That one
Cowboys
live.
fan. Hold on. Cole, do you have a clip for me?
I don't have it pulled
No.
up, but I can pull it up though when you cook. But hey, Cowboys fan,
Which clip are you looking for?
I know the clip he's looking for. Hey, Cowboys fan, I thought
you were them boys.
Yeah, I thought you were them boys. I thought you had a team that was Super Bowl ready. I thought with the 54-19 victory over the Colts that they were, as pronounced by Michael Irvin, what was it? Quote, the best team in the NFL, close quote.
Oh, and by the way, how
And my
many
next forward-
how many points the Cowboys scored in that fourth quarter against the Colts?
33.
33.
Ouch.
But in the last 2 Sundays, you have proven to be pups, not German shepherds. That's pretty much all I got to say. Now, Playmaker is going to roast you because Cowboys Nation, along with Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore, and
No
every
relation.
single Cowboys fan,
And Gerald.
and Gerald, and every Cowboys player that possibly can sit down, take a seat.
And now I get to return the favor. Hey, Playmaker, cook!
Now, as Cole finds the clip that I'm looking for, because I said something last week on this program, and I got a little chip back at me. You know, there was some people in the chat. Dare I say, some people in the chat told me they believed me if it was the Washington Commanders who took an L to the New York Giants on Sunday Night Football. But the Jaguars, I don't see it. And it's just kind of ironic to me. Oh, and by the way, there was other people in the chat who was trying to play down to the Jaguars because they saw their record of 5-8 as if they don't belong. But if you watch the games, by the way, matter of fact, correct me if I'm wrong, but one the week before we was talking about Jaguars because of what they did to the Tennessee Titans in Nashville.
Yep.
The same team who has King Henry and who always put the Jacksonville Jaguars on highlight reels. That team, right? What was the final score of that game last week? Let me recall. Jaguars 36, Tennessee 22. Okay. Fast forward to a week later. Cole, whenever you're ready, you can play that clip of what I said on this program. But if you don't have it, it's all good because who did I put on upset alert? And the funny thing is, I wasn't the only one who put them on upset alert. Because one playmaker, Michael Irvin, even said it himself on NFL Game Day morning that the Cowboys are on upset alert. The same guy I'm looking forward to watching when I get done with this on First Take. To see what he gonna say now after what just happened. Now, Snowman played you the clip of the final play of the game, correct? But you can't have a true story if you don't go back to the beginning. And the beginning here says Ezekiel Elliott 10-yard run, touchdown, Cowboys, 7-0 Cowboys. Peyton Hernshot, 20-yard pass from Dak Prescott, touchdown, Cowboys, 14-0. Zay Jones catches a touchdown for Trevor Lawrence. It becomes 24. It becomes 14-7. And then Dak Prescott responds in kind with the pass to Noah Brown, 21-7. Jaguars at the field goal, 21-10. Brett Meyer kicks 2 consecutive field goals, so it's 27-10. This is at the 5:21 mark of the third quarter. Before you knew it, Trevor Lawrence finds Zay Jones on a 59 touchdown pass. Where was the Cowboys secondary? You know what Trayvon did? Where was that guy at? I'm looking at it. Where was that guy at? Okay. Cowboys don't do nothing with the next possession to get the ball back to Trevor Lawrence, and that offense is getting hot. Oh, he found Marvin Jones for 10 yards out. 27-24 Cowboys. Zay Jones, 3 yards out to begin the fourth quarter, 31-27. Jaguars came back from a 17-point deficit and a 14-point deficit to take the lead. Brett Meyer. No, I say that back. Noah Brown gets his second touchdown of the day. Give the Cowboys the lead again. Now it's 30-31. And here's the funny part, ladies and gentlemen. Trevor Lawrence, whatever you want to call it, you can say doing too much, not getting down early enough, whatever the case may be, but he put his all into it, got hit, lost the football. The Cowboys are going to escape Jacksonville. Nevertheless, I'm still correct because I told y'all the Cowboys are going to be upset alert. They're not going to walk in at Jacksonville and just walk out with a victory like that. But something happened. Let me think. It's 3rd and 10. It's the Cowboys football. Jacksonville's down to one timeout. And I think Kellen Moore called a pass play that had Noah Brown, Michael Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb all running vertical routes. Ball goes incomplete. Jacksonville gets to say their timeout, and they get the ball back. And when they get the ball back, they got into field goal position where, Riley Patterson kicked a 48-yard field goal to tie the game, and the game goes into overtime. Thus, you seen the play that Snowman played for you at the beginning of where Sean Jenkins, not his first pick, but his second pick of Dak Prescott, to the house for a walk-off touchdown. Now, Victor Locke.
3rd and 4. Blitz coming. Prescott throws backwards and intercepted. Jenkins has another one. Racing down the sidelines. Rayshard Jenkins is going to win it.
Thank you, Kevin Burkhardt.
Now,
ladies and gentlemen, first of all, this is the Jacksonville Jaguars we're talking about here. So you have your number one announcing crew for Fox calling this game because it is the Cowboys. Secondly, I don't even remember the last time the stadium was that damn packed. But it's
1999.
That stadium was full. And it's the Cowboys.
January 1999.
And people thought this was going to be a walkthrough after what they saw against the Houston Texans, who, by the way, gave the Chiefs a run for their money as well. And we talking about Patrick Mahomes here,
potential MVP.
But the chip didn't last long, did it?
Nope.
You sat here, Cowboys Nation, and y'all just looked at the Jaguars record. Oh, they 5-8. Yeah, we'll take care of them. And we slipped up against the Texans. We let them hang around too long, and we had to do what we had to do. But it's the Jaguars. Not paying attention to how they play.
I'm sorry. Could you say that last part again? Did you say not paying attention?
Not paying attention to how the Jaguars been playing this season.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I recall, Mr. Cole Johnson, did the Eagles win the Jacksonville Jaguars out of Lincoln Financial Field, or did they have to fight to win that one? I'm just somebody refresh my memory.
They had to fight like hell.
They had the Eagles, who has the best record in the football, right?
Yep.
Had to fight at home to get out of that game against the Jaguars. What did they do to the Los Angeles Chargers up in SoFi Stadium?
Beat their asses.
Okay. When the Raiders came to Jacksonville and they had a 17-0 lead, how did that game finish?
28-24 Jaguars.
When the Jaguars went to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs, was that not a hard-fought game for the Kansas City Chiefs as well?
Yep, even though the Jaguars were down 20-0.
Oh, what happened when Lamar Jackson came to town?
No comment.
I mean, it's the Baltimore Ravens, it's Lamar Jackson. You know, they won the AFC North. What happened?
No comment.
They took an L.
But
you know what Cowboy fans want is hop on. Or what happened in Detroit? When Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions often just had a field day of throwing the ball all around the yard and dropping the 40 on the Jaguars. But they had to go to Nashville the following weekend. What happened in Nashville?
Smack.
They smacked the Tennessee Titans in Nashville.
The Titans got spanked.
So, but I'm the one who's. I'm not going to go there because it's not Wednesday.
You can go there.
But I'm the one who's saying some blasphemous stuff since Snowman agreed to allow me to do some blasphemous stuff about putting the Cowboys on. Let's alert this to Jacksonville Jaguars. What are you doing? But the funny thing is, y'all watch the game with their money, you listen to Michael Irvin. Yeah, that ain't the Michael Irvin you're used to. You know, he was mellow. He was,
crying in his beer.
I'm concerned because this Jaguar team is, I don't know. Oh, and by the way, I didn't know this, but this is why I watch my morning shows. You know what they said about Trevor Lawrence in the last 4 games before this game against the Cowboys? 10 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. What did he do against the Cowboys? Let's see. Let me get my numbers here. Trevor Lawrence, 27 for 42, 318, 4 touchdowns to 1 interception. So Trevor Lawrence in the last 5 games has thrown for 14 touchdowns to 1 interception, which includes the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, and by the way, guess how many times Trevor Lawrence was put on the turf?
once. Oh, go ahead. The Jaguars can compete with anybody.
Yeah.
Don't mess around and come to Jacksonville and think you finna walk all over them. And plus, the Eagles is going to Chicago. So if the Eagles do what they do to Chicago, like I think they're going to do, and somehow the Cowboys get upset, guess what? That game very next week ain't going to mean nothing because Philly will already wrapped up the damn division.
Yeah, they would have clinched the division.
You're on mute, Cole. You're muted, Cole.
Yeah, that was last Monday.
Oh, that was actually 7 days ago.
Yeah, that was 7 days ago.
Exact 7 days ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, the Eagles didn't blow out the Chicago Bears, but they come out of there victorious,
And they played a pretty good game considering against them. So yeah.
So this defense, this Cowboys defense, you know.
Yeah.
No, one sack, and they didn't. And the one sack
was
Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons
in the first quarter.
I mean, when Trevor Lawrence fumbled, he was the one who recovered the fumble.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, Trayvon Diggs, where were you? Where were you at? This man threw for 318 yards.
Tire tracks on the back. My bad. It's you speaking. I'm sorry.
Christian Kirk. Oh, by the way, one of the signings that most people really could have Jaguars for. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they played Chris Kirk all this money. What they thinking? 6 catches, 92 yards. That is 15.3 yards a catch.
Mm-hmm.
Is that money worth it right now?
It looks like it is now.
Zay Jones. Remember him? Las Vegas Raiders.
Remember him, Baltimore Ravens?
6 catches, 109 yards. 3 of the 4 touchdowns. Came to Zay Jones. Oh, and by the way, just if you, I did not forget what they said about the Cowboys defense. You know, they good at many different aspects, right? So
they
you
are.
have Trevor. You had Trevor Lawrence throwing for over 300 yards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Travis Etienne. This is gonna be a stat that puts a smile on Cole's face. 19 carries, 103 yards.
That is what you can do against the Cowboys. If you're willing to run against that defensive front, you can have success against them. And oh, by the way, what we saw yesterday, a team that was willing to run against them and have success against them.
Now, before I continue, Mr. McCarthy, would you like to chime in real quick?
Ha 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 ha. There's my chime in.
You are brilliant, Ryan.
So
I'm a man of few words, but I want my words to carry weight. There you go.
You are brilliant, Ryan. You are brilliant. Oh my gosh.
So, Cowboys. You started off 14-0.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to 27-10.
Had a 14-point lead in the second quarter and a 17-point lead in the third. Yes, sir.
And the collapse took place. Can't say you was looking ahead to Philly because you jumped out to a 14-0 lead, so you knew who you were playing against.
Well,
you understood the assignment.
Maybe Micah Parsons was looking ahead to Philly. I'm sorry, my bad. You cooking, my bad.
But you have, as Cole Equity put it, Michael Parsons talking about Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
But you only got to Trevor Lawrence one time. And Trevor Lawrence doesn't run like that, even though he can run.
Yeah. But he does not scramble like Jalen Hurts does. Correct.
But you got to him one time.
Once.
One. And then when you did get him to turn the ball over because he was trying to do too much, you gave it back to him. And then he made you pay. He pretty much did y'all like Tom Brady did to everybody else. Oh, you gave Tom Brady another shot. God damn it. We know how this is going to end. And the three of us, we all can attest to that because we all three have been a part of it at some point, at some form and fashion of it.
Mm-hmm.
You gave Tom Brady one more crack at the damn knuckle. He took it this time. You gave Trevor Lawrence another crack at you.
and you could have sealed the game away. Even with their comeback, the Cowboys could have sealed the game away in regulation. And they barely took time off the clock.
Oh, y'all go vertical. Nobody came underneath.
And if they just all they had to do is just convert one first down, the game would have been over.
They didn't even have to do that. Jaguars only had one timeout. They threw the ball. And it's not the fact that you threw the ball, it's the fact that CeeDee Lamb running a vertical, Michael Gallup running a vertical, Noah Brown running a vertical.
No slants, no curls.
Nothing. We all going deep. We all just going deep.
I wonder if that call came from Jara. I say this with a straight face, but you laugh, Cole, but I say that with a straight face.
Oh, I didn't even get to him yet.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I didn't even get to Mr. Jerry Jones yet.
Gerald. Now,
Go deep. Go deep, Mac. Go deep.
You know we have to pay. You know we have to make sure that oh Lord, let me clean it up. You know we have to make sure the Dak gets all the glory because I'm paying him that money.
I'm paying him $40 million. You better throw the ball. You better make him throw the ball.
So you telling me Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott combined for 35 carries. They ran for, let me see, about 100.
Well over 100 yards. Well over 100 yards.
Over 100 yards with a 1 touchdown.
Yes, well over 100 yards. And they decide to go away from that.
But you put the ball in Dak's hands 30 times with less than 300 yards passing, 3 touchdowns and 2 picks. Now, I would say this.
The second closing the game, yes.
As a former wide receiver when I did play football, Noah Brown, you have to catch that ball.
Yeah, you got to.
They gonna throw it on Dak because Dak threw 2 picks. But you have to catch.
You got to fight. You got to fight for the ball. Yeah, if you're a wide receiver, you got to fight for the ball.
It wasn't even no fighting. If you actually saw it from a different angle, Noah Brown, that's all you.
No. When I mean fight for the ball, I mean you had to actually put an effort toward catching it. If it's near you, you got to. If you're wide or tight end, you got to put effort toward trying to catch the ball.
That put it in a position where you can catch it and you can get down without getting blasted.
Mm-hmm.
He put you in that same position to catch the ball.
And that's why I do not put this game on Dak. In terms of full on blame. Now, could he play better? Yes, but I don't say, well, that game is all Dak Prescott's fault. No.
Let's listen to these numbers. Dak Prescott, 23 for 30, 256, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard both combined for over 100 yards rushing with Zeke getting a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 7 catches, 126 yards.
Mm-hmm.
If I told you those numbers, you would have said the Cowboys.
No, but it's won the game. Right. Mm-hmm.
But the defense gave up over 500 yards of total offense.
Rex Ryan called them soft. He says they're soft as Charmin.
But I thought they were the best defense in the league. I heard some fools say that about them.
503 yards of total offense from the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And this is after the Texans controlled the game that they played the week before, when they allowed Jeff Driscoll and Davis Mills to look like elite NFL quarterbacks.
And Victor Christie's. Then you want to tell you the worst part about all of this? The Cowboys had the ball for almost 8 more minutes than the Jaguars.
And still lost the game.
Still.
Almost 8-minute difference in time of possession. The Jaguars got the 40 points in 27 minutes.
Okay, and for those Cowboys and for Cowboys fan that wants to rush, and I do literally mean rush, to put Cooper Rush in as the starting quarterback and blame it all on Dak because he threw the INT that ended the game. Stop it. No, I'm sorry. I'm doing this all wrong. Cowboys fan, for you all wanting to have Cooper Rush to be the starting quarterback, thinking that you would be better off with him than Dak Prescott. Stop the cap. Please.
Now, Mr. Jerry Jones.
Gerard.
Last week when we talked about you, you said OBJ won't be ready to the spring. Am I correct, Cole?
That is correct.
The reason why you brought in T.Y. Hilton
It's because you couldn't bring in OBJ now. Correct.
But when this week came about, we're still trying to sign OBJ, including bringing in T.Y. Hilton.
Well, Gerard loves those slides. Well, we gonna compete for the Super Bowl. That's what we buy. We want Odell. We think Odell gonna fit into the Cowboys scheme. Oh, what about the Jaguars, Jerry? Well, yeah, they're gonna win. They're gonna win. Yeah, what about that picture, Jerry? Oh, you mean that picture when I was 14 years old? Oh, don't worry about that, honey. I was just curious.
Now, the funny thing is, as I was perusing social media.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Because, Jerry Jones always want to talk to the media after every game, no matter win or lose. I didn't see a clip from Jerry Jones.
Yeah, he hasn't met a mic he didn't like nor a camera.
But I haven't found a clip of Jerry Jones speaking to the media after the game. How about what took place down here in Duval?
Thank you for doing that.
Where you at, Jerry? Oh, don't worry about 14 minutes. I'm about to go listen to Michael Irvin say whatever he's going to bring up today and watch Stephen A. smash it.
Oh, God, yeah. Watch Mike Irvin be quiet.
Nevertheless,
I may have to tune in.
Watch Mike Irvin be quiet and Stephen A. Smith gloat. Yeah.
Now you can focus on the Eagles now. Because the Eagles are flying high and y'all starting to do this. As why Stephen A. like to say, be patient. They will not let you down.
What can go wrong will go wrong. Oh, man.
I'll see y'all next week when the Eagles get done with you. Y'all can go on about your business now.
Oh, Lord.
You know what's really funny is that we talked about this last week on No Credentials Required. I mentioned that the Cowboys, and we'll let them roll through this season, but in the offseason, they're going to be in trouble because their salary cap is basically tied into two guys, Zeke Elliott and Dak Prescott. How are they going to support this staff? How are they going to add pieces when we have Gerard Jones is kind of checkered history over the last couple of years in terms of the draft picks? He nailed Micah Parsons. That pick was stellar. But the draft hasn't been kind to them, and their cap situation is muddled. So how are you going to help? How are you going to help your team when your cap strapped, and we don't know what they're going to do in the draft this year?
Do we have another guest for today?
Yeah. I'm trying to find if he's going to come on, and if he does, we will kick to him when he gets here. I guess we will. We normally have Jay Spivey, who comes on the second half of Mondays. Normally joins us around 9:35, 9:40, and we talk about North Carolina sports basically. But normally we'd be just clowning the Panthers. And when he does come on, that's what we'll be talking about. But until then, whatever is on your mind is on your mind. It doesn't matter if it's from the chat, doesn't matter if it's from Ryan or from Playmaker or myself. But yes, wonderful roasting of the Cowboys playmaker. I look at it this way. When you have a team like the Cowboys who the fan base is so delirious and they just look at it as, well, we're going to win no matter what, and they don't even examine the team they have. It's ridiculous. It's
by the way, my sister came from the ATL with her boyfriend to see this game with my mom, my uncle, and her man. All three of which, guess what fans they are?
Oh, Cowboys.
They Cowboys fans. I hope y'all enjoyed the little sunshine y'all finna get down here in Florida. Because they sending y'all back to Arlington with that L.
And now, but unfortunately, Wise Jefe, I hope you can enjoy the win that you all have Sunday night, because with your win, the Cowboys qualify for the playoffs. Such bittersweet. Such bittersweetness.
Y'all beat the Commanders and the Cowboys get them too. But it's great for me because as of right now, it is Dak Prescott versus Tom Brady again.
Oh, Hawk, I'm about to do this right now, bro. Here it is. The world are you calling an illegal formation penalty when it didn't really look like it was illegal formation in the first place, with the 1 yard run of Robinson getting to the end zone when they were down 20-12. That was not illegal formation. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about?
Did Terry McCollum check with the ref to make sure?
He did.
Did he check with the ref to make sure he was good?
He did.
So if he checked with the ref, that's the ref's fault for not telling him. And they even make it more.
So Hawk, I'm 100% with you, bro. Because I'm cooking with you. They got jobbed by the refs in that game.
Did I not see 2 pass interference in that last play?
You did.
Did I see 2 of them?
You did. And the 4th down one that should have been flagged didn't. Yes.
He passed interference him twice when the play started and when the ball got there.
So that was inexcusable to me. And I don't, again, no horse in the race. Not a Giants fan, not a Commanders fan, but I don't like it when a team gets hosed like that and it's that blatant. I'm thinking to myself, illegal of all the penalties that you can throw at a team when they were fighting for their playoff lives and they get a chance to tie and you derail them, is an illegal formation penalty. Like you said, playmaker, and the wide receiver checked with them, checked with the ref that's standing maybe not even 3 yards to his right.
That's the one who threw the flag.
And that was the one who tossed the hanky. Yes. I'm like, you got to be joking me. No, look. All of us have seen athletics and some of us have played it. The prevailing opinion, especially during that time of the game, which was under a minute to go in the game, you normally let the players decide the game. If it was egregious, then yes, throw the flag. But that wasn't even close to egregious. And the player checked with the ref before the ball was snapped. No. No, you cannot do that. You cannot, not in this game. You cannot do that. Let the players decide the game. And if it's something that's egregious, like, of course, like a roughing the passer penalty or a PI or helmet-to-helmet collision, like that, yes. But illegal formation when the wide receiver checked with you before the ball was snapped, no. I left a bad taste in my mouth.
Speaking of bad tastes in their mouth, there was another 17-point lead that took place over the weekend. Yeah, this weekend was a fill of 17-point leads or more, and collapse happens. South Florida, shall we trouble, ladies and gentlemen, because Mr. One, Thomas Edward Brady, had a 17-0 lead on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, that lead I expected to evaporate because of two reasons. One, you have a team in the Buccaneers who simply cannot get out of their own way, and the defense at times can't stop a cold, and the offense can't even operate matriculating the ball down the field. Thank you, Hank Stram, the late Hank Stram. At least 3 or more times in the game. You know how easily they could just move down the field 2 years ago, even last year, when Tom Brady was running the offense. Not this year. And when you saw that offense go straight down the drain, and you saw the defense basically say, "Well, we can't cover cold, much less these wide receivers. We can't cover T. Higgins or Jamar Chase or Terrence Boyd. Well, forget it." And then after that, we can't stop P. Ryan either out the backfield.
Follow me, Coach. This is a good continuation of what we did last week. Tom Brady, 30 for 40, 30 completions to 44 attempts, 312 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Too many attempts.
You know what? But you know somebody like Skip Bayless will lean on that. However, guess how many picks Tom Brady threw? 2 picks. Oh, but that's not all. Guess how many times Tom Brady fumbled? Twice.
So he was responsible for 4 turnovers. And someone had the audacity to say to me that Tom Brady, and this isn't directed to Dietz, because Dietz actually said something similar, but it's not for this reason. Someone said to me, "Well, Tom Brady, he has 3,500 going into this game, 3,500 yards, 70 touchdowns, 5 picks. He's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the game. He's playing at an elite," because this is not directed at Dietz, because Dietz didn't say he's playing at an elite level. He says he's playing at an elite level. I said, no. There's a difference between and he basically was saying, when I say he's playing at the elite level, I mean he's playing in the NFL. I was like, okay,
that's somebody who was looking at numbers and not watching the game.
So Skip. I love you too, Trev. Skip. But the thing is, I said to him, all right, so basically you're saying to me Jeff Driscoll is also playing at a high level, right? Because he did take some snaps as an NFL quarterback. I was like, no, there's a difference between playing at your highest level and playing in the highest level. I'm like, I'm sorry. You can give me the stats all day. I'm seeing the team that he leads is 6-8. The team that he leads is 6 up and 8 down this year. And for those who give me all of that, I will submit this to you. There's a quarterback that played 2020. He threw for 4,800 yards, completed 70% of his passes, threw 26 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions.
Well, that happened to be his last year when he played in the NFL.
It was his last full season in NFL.
And I know exactly what he's talking about. That's one of my favorite quarterbacks.
The record of the team was 4-12. You know who that quarterback was? Deshaun Watson. So you cannot give me he's putting up the stats, but the team sucks. Guess where people look at no matter what stat the quarterback puts up if the team is losing. So don't give me he's playing at an elite level. No. That's Jalen Hurts. That's Patrick Mahomes. That's Josh Allen. They are playing at an elite level at quarterback, not Tom Brady. Sorry. Not today, not this year.
See, this is the difference between people who watches the game and those who look at the numbers of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said earlier when I talked about the Jaguars and Cowboys. Have you watched the Jaguars play? That's not a pushover team like you wanted to believe it.
No.
The Jets, they're not a pushover team like you want to believe it.
No. They just suffer bad quarterback play and sometimes shoddy sideline coaching.
Bad clock management.
You know what the problem is?
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
They'll see your team, Ryan. They'll see the Jaguars and still think, oh, they still the same old team.
But if you think the Jets are pushovers, you'll be sadly and sorely mistaken.
Have you been watching the games? The Jets don't get blow out.
Nope. They have not surrendered 30 points in a game this season. At the closest team that came to it was the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm about to say Vikings were 27. Yeah.
Yep.
The Jaguars don't get blown out. There's a reason why the Jaguars and the Jets are still fighting for playoff spots. And the Jaguars can fight for the division because Tennessee is on a downward spiral.
Yeah, because they're only one game behind the Titans. Oh, by the way, they hold the tiebreaker too. So
there's a changing of the guard in the NFL coming very, very soon.
Oh, and by the way,
people are going to be shocked.
And by the way,
and I think
it's going is Tennessee and Jacksonville. And guess what that game's going to be played at?
Where you are in Duval. And that might be the last game of the year.
By the way, the Jets are still fighting for a playoff spot. Their last game is in South Beach.
Yep. So yeah, Florida may be where we see how the AFC ends breaking down between the last playoff spot and the AFC South Championship.
Oh, look who's back in the comments section.
I know we love you, Rod.
We love you. Just because you've been here the longest doesn't mean you're necessarily the best.
Exactly. In other words,
I don't remember asking you a thing.
Rod, you can say that, but remind me what happened back in January of 2022 down in Tampa, Florida. Who was better in that game?
I think it was one Mr. Matthew Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the last minute of that game.
Oh, and by the way, who left 2022 as the champion?
Same Matthew Stafford.
Like,
I mean, yeah, he threw a touchdown pass with a minute to go in that game to Cup, and then Aaron Donald sealed the deal with this close to a sack to end the game.
So not only did Matthew Stafford go through Tom Brady on his way to the Super Bowl, he actually beat Tom Brady and then got him a Super Bowl. In a year where all eyes was on Matthew Stafford and not Tom Brady.
Just because you've been here the longest doesn't mean you're always going to be the best.
Thank you.
See now,
and that goes to another person that he.
Here's a hockey analogy. Wayne Gretzky's dad, Walter, God rest his soul, told Wayne Gretzky when he was a kid, "There's always going to be somebody better than you." And Wayne Gretzky took that and ran with it, and is the greatest point scorer, arguably the greatest hockey player ever.
To me, he's the greatest hockey player I've ever seen.
Yeah, he and Mario Lemieux.
Lemieux is more my style because he was a little more physical. But yes,
he was much more physical. Unfortunately, the back problems and having cancer messed him up. Unfortunately, but there's always going to be somebody who's better than you. And Wayne Gretzky just took that and run with it.
Always, you don't mess up. You really don't mess up because guess what?
I don't remember asking you a thing.
Because guess what you just did? And you fell right into the trap.
Not fell into the trap.
When I do my planned Bronze Sexual Confession, Tom Brady will be mentioned in that Bronze Sexual Confession.
Plan?
And it's not going to be in your favor.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So you know you're going to get one from Brian. You know you're going to get one from Ryan, who he says he just can pull one out of his pocket. You now have a plain one from Playmaker.
Oh, I told y'all. I have one cooking. I just haven't chosen when to do it yet. But I'm just giving you a little evidence of what's coming in it. And Tom Brady will be in there.
And I will give you all choice. Do you want to see Ray Ray, or do you want to see the City Fifth for Wednesday?
And brother guest may be dropping into the City Fifth. Maybe jumping around a little bit, so make him stop jumping around.
Oh, and by the way, Rod West, you might as well be quiet anyway, because you one of the ones who was telling me that the Cowboys was not going to be on upset alert against the Jaguars. And what happened?
Yes, you're correct, Rod. Tom Brady is undefeated against the Rams in the Super Bowl. Yes, but
he only beat us one time since he became a
but yes, but he is 0 for 2 against the Giants and 0 for 3 against the NFC East.
Oh, 1 for 3. 1 for 4. Because he beat the Eagles.
I'm sorry, 1 for 4.
They lost to the Eagles. So
1 and 3. I'm sorry, 1 and 3 against the NFC East. I'm sorry. Yes, 1 and 3. Thank you, sir. 1 and 3 against the NFC East, but 0 and 2 though against the Giants.
Robert, you should have known by now. I'm not the one you want to go against.
Thank you.
Because I can take what you're throwing at me and reverse it back on you.
If brother guest is in City Fifth, will be alive.
But ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, it's gonna be a recap of Monday Night Football because my team does play, but we are at the frozen tundras of Lambeau Field.
Wait, before we do go, I don't think I really talked to you about this, sir. So, going into 2023, who do you think is going to be the starting quarterback of the Rams?
Man,
you think it's going to be Stafford still? Okay.
Yeah, that move, us signing Baker Mayfield was the move that I wanted to see to let me know. Okay, Matthew Stafford ain't coming back this season. Shut him down. Shut Cooper Kupp down. Let's prepare for 2023.
Which you're correct. Yeah, we definitely won't be seeing Stafford the rest of this season. And yes, they should shut Kupp down too if he thinks about coming back.
No, they already said they shut Kupp down. Kupp ain't coming back.
Smart. They should shut him down.
We gonna play the young guys, let them get a feel for it, and
let them get some experience.
Yeah, and let Brady what's his
deepen the team. Yeah,
and Baker Mayfield, you this is your opportunity.
Let him earn his contract. Let him earn his contract for next year.
This is your opportunity to do what you need to do.
So basically, if you
stay with us, you behind Matthew Stafford, and you get to learn from one of the good ones to do it.
But basically, use this as audition tape.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Because if the Rams don't sign him, because the Rams don't sign him in the offseason, somebody else will.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm going to do it this way. LeBron James get 5 rings. Shut your mouth up.
Hold on, wait.
Shit.
Hold on.
I had to take off my glasses for that one.
Are the Lakers above 500?
No.
Oh, then
are they in a wild card spot?
No. I specifically told them last week.
They're not even the 10th seed right now.
No, I specifically said last week, get to 500 before the new year. And then we can have a conversation.
Look, I don't follow basketball as much as I used to anymore, but no.
They're not 500 yet. We're not having a conversation.
No. And it's been announced that Anthony Davis won't be playing for at least a month.
Your season's over.
At least a month.
I said get to 500. Y'all still have literally 2 whole weeks to get to 500. That's at least about 6 to 8 games. Get to 500. Then you can come back. Until then, get out of my face.
Oh boy. And I think that will definitely do it for Snowman number 1 with Cole Johnson. I'm glad y'all were here. Sorry that we couldn't get Jay on here because we wanted to lampoon the Panthers so bad after their porous 21 to, I think it was
24-13.
24. Thank you.
Yeah.
24-14 or 24-16.
We got tomorrow to do that.
I was hopeful the Panthers would win, but unfortunately,
24 to 16 L they took at home to the Steelers, a team that they had no business losing to, especially considering that, and we will definitely talk about the porous NFC South, because the AFC South is bad. The NFC South has one team at 6-8, and the other three teams at 5-9.
It's anybody's division.
Who wants to win this division? Who wants to win it?
And one of them has to be the 4th seed in the playoffs.
And host the Cowboys.
First round.
One of them is going to have to be the 4th seed.
And they get to host the Cowboys, which makes for a great theater for me.
And yeah. So there you go.
Oh, and by the way, as we close out, how about them Cowboys?
Hell no. To the no.
They going to the ball.
To the no.
Well, justify.
Go ahead, Ryan. All right. So where can
Hallelujah.
All right. So where can people find you, Ryan?
All right. Tomorrow, actually, I'm going to do some bonus content this week because I have all week off from work. So tomorrow, I'll be on at 11 a.m. on the No Commercials Required channel with my good friends Ashley and Chris, who are local journalists. And also, I'll be on at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening with my co-host Dustin. I'll give you a hint as to what we're going to be wearing for our attire. Onesies. So watch out for the it's going to be a Christmas party. It's going to be a Christmas party. So we're wearing Christmas onesies. It's going to be an awesome show. But you can also find me at bellyupsports.com, Godzilla Media. I'm going to start releasing episodes of Have Another Donut, which is my New Jersey Devils podcast. Things have kind of calmed down a little bit personally. Watch out for that content coming out. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
Wow. So no credentials required, belly up, and a little more. Have no donuts. Wow. Okay.
More donuts.
Have more donuts.
We're baking this week.
Have more donuts. Yeah.
Put that comment up.
Oh no.
Oh Lord. Playmaker dodging me. Doesn't want no smoke debating me.
You must not know. I'm a wrestling fan, and one of my favorite tag teams right now is the Street Profits. And you know what they always say?
So you want the smoke.
Oh, I want the smoke. Cause trust me.
Get your red Solo cup there, Playmaker.
It's a red Solo cup filled with Crown Royal right now while you're talking.
Why the heck now I'm looking at you and I'm envisioning Montez Ford now.
Oh, trust me, I want the smoke. I don't run. Like I always say, I'm not hard to find.
And to Triv, brother, you're wonderful contributor. We appreciate you, man. And yeah, fly Eagles fly. 13-1, and it looks like you all are not slowing down. The NFC East is easily theirs. Now you're looking for the number 1 seed, and it looks like the road to the NFC is more and more looking like it's going to go through South Philly. So yeah, I'm loving your team's chances, and they're playing the way they're supposed to play. They're playing business-like, and they're taking no opponents for granted. Love that.
That's all I'm going to say. There will be a shooting lights out, and Wise might be getting his wish. Not only one, but 2 teams up there in the good state of New York are on winning streaks.
Well, it will not make. I know it will not make Snowman happy when you mention the Nets.
I'm a fair-minded individual.
No, I know you are, and you should be.
Both teams are on a high streak. I may have to do a heat check on the state of New York. I'm just saying.
You might have to. You might have to, because I saw a record of, since Kyrie's been back, the Nets actually have straightened up and flown right. So yeah. All right. So where can people find you, Mr. Playmaker?
Everywhere. Don't matter what everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. You know what Cole say, the hardest working content creator.
The hardest working content creator, I know. Yep. And you are, because I look up, especially when I peruse social media, I look up and it's, Playmaker's doing this show. The next day, Playmaker's doing another show. Playmaker's doing another show. And it's not the same platform. Like, doggone, how many shows he's on? So yeah, much props to you, bro. And of course, you can find old Snowman anywhere, but official SIT Morning is where you can definitely find him. So official SIT Morning, and if you want to contribute to the show, please do so at patreon.com/SIT Morning. That's patreon.com/SIT Morning. And also, if you feel led, you can also donate.
Snowman, I know you're listening. We got to talk about your Chicago Bears tomorrow.
Yeah,
your Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, hit the cash app at $ Tallman Dr. K50. That's $ Tallman Dr. K50. You want to donate to me, like 2 Triv has. Appreciate you, brother. It is $ Host Cole Johnson. That's $ Host Cole Johnson. And for future reference, you want to text the show, it's 812-274-5307. And if you want to support the whole network, because you've got other shows that's coming, like the Brian Snow Show, the Sports Senseis Unleashed, the Chicago Sports Connection, and any of Brian's play-by-play, you can support patreon.com/SDN Sports Radio Network. As Ryan is doing his best Vanna White impression. That's patreon.com/SDN Sports Radio Network. I appreciate
a much less attractive Vanna White. Everybody's beautiful in their own way.
That's right. And with that being said, we thank you all in the Fanatic Feedback Zone. Keep bringing the heat and keep bringing the knowledge. You all are absolutely wonderful. Love all of you. I mean, Victor, A Pizzle, Hawk TV, 2 Triv, all of you, wonderful.
Even Rod.
Even Rod. Tip of the cap to all of you, and of course to Mr. Ryan McCarthy, who also is in the chat every single day. Glad that you actually were able to hang with us too.
Yeah.
And definitely have to give shout out to Playmaker. Thank you for joining. He will join us tomorrow, as well as I guess you probably
I'll be here Wednesday.
I know you'll be here Wednesday. Well, it looks like Ryan's going to be here Wednesday too. I know Ryan's going to be in the chat at least tomorrow. I know that. And I know Playmaker's going to join us tomorrow as well, because that's normally when he joins the Snowman in the Morning crew. So for all of us here, for Wise, for Brian, and even for all the wonderful guests that we have too, I'm Cole Johnson, here to say to you the following. Take care. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you,
you're fired. Oh, sorry.
I like that.
Oh, thanks.
If your dreams don't scare you, you're fired. You're absolutely correct. Then they simply aren't big enough. Dream big, do bigger. Enjoy this life. Enjoy this thing we call life, everybody. And because we dream big and we do bigger, we will enjoy life even more, because we hope that's what you do in the viewing and listening audience. And that's what Ryan's doing. That's what Playmaker's doing. I know that's what the chat's doing. I know that's what Brian's doing. That's what I'm doing. We hope you are too. For the Playmaker, for Brian, and for Ryan, I am Cole, wishing you a wonderful, happy, good rest of your day. Tune in tomorrow.
Thank you for tuning in to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold, hard facts.